Hello and welcome back to Home Somewhere Else. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Thony's birthday party, which Fred and Chad were able to attend, thankfully. And while it didn't start off particularly good for Thony, it ended on a very nice note, even though Chad forgot the charger. But thankfully, Fred said that he had one, so he's going to, I guess, give it to Thony. But yeah. But the night for Chad and Fred ended with them reconciliando. I forgot the English word. They reconciled. Yeah, they reconciled, and so yeah, they also ended up having to sleep in the same bed. Ooh. But well, anyways, let's see what happens after that. According to some people that I talked to, it's supposed to be very emotional. Aww. You feel a warm light shine on your face. It almost feels like the sun is kissing you while you lay down sloppily in bed. I just noticed that little bump. You nestle yourself deeper into a comfortable position, a pleasant scent filling your nose as you press your face deeper into your fuzzy pillow. You move your leg a bit, and it feels like it's strangled in a thick sheet. You move your arm a little to get more comfortable. It feels like you're laying on top of something that's pretty squishy. Wait a minute. Your pillow isn't fuzzy, and whatever your leg is tangled with is also pretty warm and rigid. You hesitantly open your crusty eyes, feeling around to find. Your head is firmly placed into the German Shepherd's pecs. The more you wake up, the more you realize your predicament. The right side of your body is draped over Fred like you're a pair of lovers. Well, so much for me staying on my side of the bed. You look at the German Shepherd's face. He's peacefully asleep. His breathing is quiet and calming. It's kinda cute. Good. He's still asleep. How do I get off of him without him noticing? You try to think of different plans of attack. It seems possible as long as you play it safe. I better be quick before... You hear a small gasp from Fred. You look up to see him opening his mouth like he's going to sneeze. Without hesitation, Fred lifts up his left arm and plugs his nose with the back of his hand. You continue looking at the man, but it seems like he's still very much asleep. Sneeze avoided. Phew. You carefully peel your arm off Fred's thick pecs and slide it back to your side. Now it's time for your leg. You poke your head up and see that your leg is across the entire bed, laying on top of Fred's stomach. You lightly lift your leg off of Fred and slowly move it back to your side of the bed. Your leg is hovering a few inches away from Fred, doing your best not to touch him. But suddenly, you feel something firm stop your leg from moving. It feels like there's a stick touching the back of your knee, where Fred's crotch would be. It's really warm for some reason. You feel your face become filled with blood. Your cheeks turn bright red as you realize what your leg is touching. Oh lordy. Your mind begins to race as you feel Fred's thick rod pulsate against your skin. You can't help but begin to get hard yourself. Oh no, not now. You feel Fred adjust himself underneath your leg, but you do your best to focus on the mission at hand. If you were to wake up right now, at this very moment, you'd be ruined. There is literally no justifiable excuse for what's going on. You try to lift your leg up a little more, but you run into the same issue as before. As the seconds pass, you notice Fred begin to breathe less calmly, almost as if he's about to wake up. You need to act now. Damn be the consequences. Your original strategy of gliding your leg out of the way isn't going to work, not unless you plow right through the roadblock. But that would wake up Fred for sure. The only viable option is to throw your leg to your side of the bed. It's going to make a lot of noise, but it may not wake him up. Well, Here goes nothing. You turn your body to the complete opposite direction you were facing, making your legs swing up into the air and fall onto your side of the mattress. Mission complete. The sudden movement seems to make Fred move a little. You curl into a fetal position and face the wall as if you were asleep. You close your eyes and pray Fred does nothing. Nothing. Your heart is pounding like a drum, a part of you wishing you could snuggle up to him again. Everything about him is so soft and warm, not to mention how thick it was. Oh my god! You cover your face with your hands, turning red once more. You can't get the sensation of his rubbing against your leg out of your dirty mind. Your crotch is rock solid as you slowly rise out of the bed and hide your shame. You get up and skip into the bathroom, making sure your goods are hidden to the public. You manage to get inside the bathroom by closing the door behind you. You flick the bathroom light on and inspect your body. Your battle buddy is putting up a fight despite how many times you push it down on your boxers. I can't piss like this. You let out an embarrassed sigh as you turn on the sink faucet, oh god. You cup your hands together as the cold water begins to pour, splashing your face with hands full of icy liquid. You hope this will shock the boner away. You grab the towel that is at your side and dry your face. Then you look down and... success! You face the toilet and... once you're done, you wash your hands once more and exit the bathroom. As you pass through the door, you see Fred, who's wide awake and still dealing with his massive problem. He seems confused as to why he's so hard this early in the day. In a split second, he notices you looking and turns away from you trying to hide his package. Too bad you've already seen it all. Good morning, Chad. Wood morning, Fred. Shut up! You cannot help but chuckle as you walk over to the wardrobe and grab your clothes from the top shelf. You begin to get dressed as Fred gets dressed as well. He begins with his jeans first, but he seems to be having some trouble near the zipper. You watch the man stretch his arms, flexing his muscular shoulders and well-built back. You know he isn't doing it to get you riled up on purpose, but you really can't deny he's your type. Before you can look any longer, the man puts on his shirt and turns around. Damn. He makes his way to the bathroom, smiling as he looks at you. Before he enters, he gives a pat on the shoulder. He closes the door. You walk to the bed and start getting it set, lest Kathy scold you for leaving things untidy. Oh, come on. Why won't you go down already? What's got you this hopped up, little buddy? You do your damnedest not to burst out laughing. Apparently Fred's morning wood is not letting up, and it's all your fault. Mr. Chad? Mr. Fred? Breakfast is ready. You head to the front door and put on a wide smile on your face. You quickly pull it open. Thony seems to jump back in fear as he sees your face. Ah! Don't scare me like that, Mr. Chad! Haha, sorry buddy. How did I scare you? The door was bad enough, but I'm not used to smiling like that, especially so early in the morning. Your smile disappears and is replaced with your usual smirk. See? I'm used to that, Mr. Chad. You ruffle the boy's nightcap, jumbling his hair. He just smiles until you stop. Time for breakfast! Alright, let's go. What about Mr. Fred? Is he coming? He's in the bathroom. He's gonna need a few minutes. Push, Mr. Fred! Push! Thony proceeds to make fart sounds with his mouth. Thony, oh my god. What? Hey Fred, take your time. We'll be waiting for you in the dining room. You hear no response as you close the door behind you, the small kitten leading the way. Your heart begins to flutter as a wonderfully sweet aroma gets closer and closer. You can practically taste the coffee on your lips already. You both make it to the dining room and find Kathy merrily cooking something in the kitchen. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, dear. How did you guys sleep? Good, thanks. Glad to hear it, sweetie. You two have a seat, and I'll serve breakfast in a minute. The small kitten rushes to his seat and readies a chair next to him. Here you go, Mr. Chad. I saved a seat just for you. I don't know why, but it reminds me of when my friends would sit with me in the cafeteria. Nice catch. How did you manage to land a spot this nice? Oh, you know, it's a mix of know-how and having the right contacts. Easy peasy. Thony shoots you a coy grin, almost as if he's a mob boss. Hey, Mr. Easy Peasy, did you take out the trash like I asked you? Thony gets up from his chair and walks to the trash bin, not stopping his all the while. He grabs a trash bag and rushes to the front door, opening and closing it within a millisecond to spare. You look through the window to see the kitten running to the trash can and throwing the bag inside. He places the lid and starts running back to the house. But it falls off, so he has to go back and put it back on. You look at Kathy, who seems to have a listful gaze as she stares out the window as well. Finally, the door opens up as the kitten rushes in, closing the door behind him. Yes. Thony says as he enters the house and walks to your side, sitting on the table again. Are you sure? I think the wind just blew the lid off. Thony gets off the table and pokes his head out the door. He immediately turns back with an annoyed smirk. The lid is still on, Mom. I can confirm with certainty that the lid is still on. Good. Kathy blows Thony a kiss as he sits down at the table once more, scooting his chair closer to yours. Your ears perk up as you hear a set of footsteps walk down the hallway. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Fred. Morning, Fred. What smells so yummy? I'm whipping up some breakfast for you and the boys. The number of plates I need to fill seems to grow every day now. Go ahead and take a seat. Everything will be ready in a minute. Do you need an extra set of hands? Let me help you out some. Sure, thanks. Damn, why didn't I offer some help? Thony nudges your shoulder before moving his mouth closer to your ear. Yo, Mr. Chad, I was trying the Nintendo DS earlier. It's really fun. Thank you so much, Mr. Chad. Really? That's awesome. So neither of you know how whispering works. I thought I was going to have to teach you how to use it. Oh, come on, Mr. Chad. I'm not a boomer. If I don't get something, I can just look it up. Plus, I know how tech works. What's a boomer? That's exactly what a boomer would say. Thony pulls away from you with a suspicious look. You feel like an outcast all of a sudden. Just kidding. I know what a boomer is. You can hear Fred release a disappointed sigh from the kitchen. Don't lie to yourself. Age gracefully. Sure. Well, sadly, I have a problem. Why? What happened? I ran out of batteries right as I was about to solve the case. Wait, did you really? Yeah, I woke up really early to play it, but by the time it was time to get out of my room, the battery had died. Damn. Let's ask Fred later. Hopefully we can get it charged up today. Would you do that? Of course. Fred told us yesterday that he had a spare one lying around. Awesome! Thank you! You're welcome. And thank Fred later, okay? Why are we still whispering, though? I don't know. You tell me. Alright, boys. Make some room. The two of you take your arms off the table and await the delicious food ahead. Kathy is holding 2 cups in her hands while Fred holds a set of plates. Kathy places a cup of coffee in front of you and Thony's chochi milk in front of him. Thank you, Mom. Fred follows behind and places a dish in front of you and Thony. What's this? You look down at your plate, and you can see what appears to be a crepe with sliced apples and whipped cream on top. A little something to repay Kathy for letting me stay here with you, and not to mention a post-birthday gift for you, Thony. Wowsies! Thank you, Mr. Fred! Hey, why did Fred get the wowsies and not me? Kathy seems to pout jokingly, her mouth scrunched up to one side of her face. But Mom, you get the thankies. But I wanted the wowsies. Alright. Thankies, Mr. Fred. Wowsies. Thank you, Mom. That's better. You and Fred chuckle as Kathy ruffles Thony's hair. You feel nice. It's almost too good to be true. But you feel almost complete with Fred, Kathy, and Thony laughing together. Fred and Kathy both walk back to the kitchen and collect their meals. Fred seems excited by what's on his plate. Fred sits down in the empty seat in front of you, while Kathy sits next to him. Before you can even pick up your fork, Thony starts chugging down his milk like a freshman trying to impress his frat bros. You dig your fork into the soft crepe, lifting up a small piece of pastry filled with rich cream. You munch down and are met with an explosion of flavors. An array of warm, earthy flavors mix with the sweetness of the brown sugar. It tastes amazing, especially with the cinnamon coating the back of your tongue. It's absolutely delicious, but somehow, you can tell that Kathy didn't make this. You look at Kathy and Fred, who both seem to be staring at you with intense interest. As you're about to open your mouth, Kathy glares at you. You can tell she doesn't want you to talk with your mouth full of crepe. You nod and swallow the rest while sipping on some coffee. Damn, Fred, when did you get so good at cooking? What do you mean? I've always been good at cooking. Have you tried Mr. Fred's food before? In the past, yeah, but he's definitely improved. Aha! Told you, Mom! So you guys do know each other, and it must have been pretty well if he's cooked for you. You stop dead in your tracks. Busted. You look at Kathy, who has a devious smirk, seemingly proud of Thony's wordplay. Yeah, we used to be friends back in school. Those were the good old days. Wait, Chad, how old are you again? I'm 28. Grandpa. You're one to talk. How old are you, Mr. Fred? I'm 29. See, he's the old man here. We should get him a walker before he breaks his hip. Sure, I'll store it for when you need it, Grandpa. And besides, I look a lot younger than Chad. No, you don't. No, you don't. Huh? Come on, Kathy, back me up. The woman slowly shakes her head. Fred is dismayed, to say the least. What? I'm not that old. Mind you, we didn't say old. It's just that Chad looks a lot younger. Yeah, but only with the little baby face he has now. He would look a lot older had he not shaved and cut his hair. Did I look that bad? Yeah, you did, dude. I mean, not necessarily bad, but improvements were made. And they were made. You look great, Chad. You look away from the group, mildly blushing. Thanks. You're welcome, dear. Anyhow, these crepes are absolutely divine. Kathy looks away with a mischievous smile. Thank you, ma'am. I usually focus on salty foods, but I do make sweets from time to time. You do? You should definitely let me try those too. I want to try those too. Mom, can Fred come over again and... Yes, he can, sweetie, and maybe he can bring some board games too. I wouldn't mind joining my boys for a game night. Sure thing. I'd love for the four of us to play some board games. Yay! Awesome! Before anyone else can interject, Thony slides his chair back and hops off it, his cup and plate in tow. I'll go get ready for school. The small kitten skips to the kitchen and drops off the plate and cup into the sink. Kathy seems surprised by his actions, looking on as Thony heads into the hallway. Her confused gaze is pointed at you. You feel like you committed a crime. Did you tell him anything? I did not. Why? Nothing. Just... Never mind, it's better that way. The confusement spreads as you look at Fred, who also seems to be oblivious to the intention behind her words. Anyways, thank you guys for coming over to Thony's birthday last night. Thank you for letting me crash it, and for letting me stay the night too. Considering everything that Chad and I did before we arrived, I would have passed out in the cold if I had to walk home. Yeah, and I'll be honest, last night wouldn't have been as fun if you weren't here. Fred seems to smile at your comment. You can't help but feel a little warm inside. Thony's a great kid, and he deserves to have a great birthday, even after his friends ditched him. I don't know why they didn't show up. They've come year after year, and they usually have a great time. But I have a sneaking suspicion as to why no one showed up. What are you thinking? Why wouldn't they come? Well, my husband's gotten quite the promotion. And what may that be? He's the mayor's right-hand man. He's had that position for a few months now, and he's been acting... different. Maybe Thony's friends got scared off. They probably don't want to mess with the kid whose dad knows the mayor on a first-name basis. I get that, but since when do kids worry about these kind of things? I don't know, but kids can be kids, and sometimes they get scared of the silliest of things. Maybe they think that talking to Thony might get their families in trouble? That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Maybe it's their parents that are scared. I don't know these people, but... I don't think it's fair to make Thony feel bad just because his dad doesn't sit well with them. Did you try and talk to them about the party? I did, but no one answered my calls, no matter how many times I tried. I ended up just messaging them with an invitation, but most of them left me on read. It wouldn't surprise me that if the parents are scared, maybe they're making their kids feel the same? Kathy seems to slouch a little, seemingly dismayed. I'm sorry to hear that, but what do they have to fear? Is your husband that bad? Bad as in, would he use his power to do something to these families? I don't mean to imply anything, but I don't know him or if he ever would. I don't know anymore. I just don't know. Kathy looks down at the table, almost as if she's lost her will to keep going. The silence between you three is so heavy, it's weighing on your chest. So, you need help with your garden? Oh, right, yeah. Yes, you are right. Fred's words make Kathy perk up. You're just glad he thought of something to break the tension. Kathy gets up from her seat and takes a deep breath, her smile returning to normal. She starts to grab plates, but you stop her midway. Don't worry, Kathy, I got this. You sure? Fred gets up as well and walks towards the kitchen counter. Of course, go ahead and talk to Fred. We don't want Thony to be late for school. Oh yeah, thank you, Chad. She gives you a warm smile and pats your shoulder. Please follow me, Fred. Sure. Kathy and Fred walk towards the sliding glass door on the other side of the kitchen. Has that always been there? The two of them exit into the backyard, Kathy closing the glass door behind her. You get up from your seat and start grabbing every single plate on the table. You make sure not to drop any on your way to the sink. Once all the plates are in, there's a small but manageable pile in the basin. You grab a sponge and squeeze some soap into it. With the warm water turned on, you start scrubbing away the sweet syrup off the ceramic dishes. What on earth is up with Kathy's husband? Not going to lie, I don't even know the man, and he already worries me. Fred asked one question about him and bam, Kathy was out of it. I don't know what's going on, but I need to tread lightly. I'm already taking advantage of their hospitality as it is. The mountain of dishes shrinks one plate at a time, your knuckles pressing down on the sponge as the water continues to flow. It's not my place to interfere, but I hope she's okay. Maybe I should ask her what's going on. Maybe he's a decent guy, but the power is going to his head? You continue scrubbing away one dish at a time. The more you think about the situation, the deeper you go into autopilot. Soon it feels like you're a machine, washing, scrubbing, drying, and putting dishes away. Before you know it, you've scrubbed every pan, pot, and fork in the sink. Mr. Chad? What? You jump a little as Thony pops up from next to you. What's gone into you, Mr. Chad? What do you mean? I was just finishing up with the dishes, see? The small kitten seems to look at you confused. But Mr. Chad, you forgot all of these. Thony reveals his hands and places a stack of dirty cups in the sink. Jesus! Where did you get all these cups from? Oh, they were just lying around my room. Why are they all brown? Is this mold? You look at Thony with disgust and horror. Huh? No, these are all from last night. I just like choky milk. Why do you use so many cups? You just need one if all you're drinking is choky milk. Huh? Why didn't I think of that? Are you telling me Kathy has been washing like 40 cups a day? Had been. Thony. That's all in the past, Mr. Chad. Now you're going to be living here. You can do all the dishes, right? No, I'm doing the dishes because I want to help Kathy, not foster your horrific cup addiction. Why? I'm helping because she's busy with Fred talking about the gardening plans. Okay, but why? Because if they don't talk now, we're gonna be late for work and dropping you off at school. Yes. But why? Huh. If you're late for school, you'll get in trouble. Why? What do you mean by why? Before you can finish your sentence, you notice that Thony's been slowly sliding a pair of cups into the sink. Thony! What? I forgot to add those into the sink. Those better be the last ones. I never thought I'd say this, but you're on probation and your cup privileges are going to be rationed. Also, who said I'm going to be living here from now on? You aren't? As much as I love it here, I can't just freeload for the rest of my life. You guys have been way too kind to me already. I guess I'm just staying until I can find a place to rent, little buddy. But Mr. Chad, you know you can stay here as long as you want, right? My mom and I love having you with us. I know, for what it's worth. We still have time to hang out and have fun. And just because I have my own place, that doesn't mean that I won't visit. We still need to play Waypoint and Wervins too. Oh yeah, I can't wait to play Asthonius the Great Mage. And you're right, we still have some time. You bet. How about we start a session tonight? Yay, yes please. I'll talk to your mom about it when I'm off work, but only if you promise to stop using so many cups, okay? Deal. Okay, cool. You ready for school? Sure, let me go grab my backpack. Thony rushes off into the hallway as you scrub the last of the cups. Your fingers feel pruny. A few seconds pass as the sound of water fills the air. This way. You can hear Kathy's muffled voice from the other side of the glass door as she slides it open. Fred is the first to enter, followed by Kathy, who closes the door behind her. She looks at you with a pleasantly surprised look on her face as she sees the now empty sink. Oh, Chad, sweetie, you didn't have to, but thank you so much. Of course. I had to help out, you know. You go ahead and dry your hands. You've done more than your fair share. You grab the soft towel hanging from the wall and scrub your soaping wet hands. You'd be a wonderful wife, Chad. Oh, shut up. You're one to talk, Monsieur Crepe. He has a point though, Chad. Any man would be lucky to put a ring on your finger. Maybe I should make you an apron. It'd be so cute on you. Kathy seems to smile giddily at the thought as Fred chuckles next to her. You smirk, thoroughly unamused. Before your torment can continue, Thony walks next to you, backpack in paw. Oh honey, you're ready for school already? Yep, we should get going or I might be late. I'll take him to school, don't worry. You sure? Yeah, it's only a few minutes from where we're working. Alright, thank you, Chad. Here you go, sweetie, don't forget your lunch. Thony happily accepts the paper bags, covered in cute drawings like usual. He puts it in his bag with a smile. Thank you, Mom, and see you later. Kathy gives him a smooch on his forehead before seeing him off. Goodbye, Thony. I love you and have a great day. You look at Fred, who seems to be content by the scene. Time to go. You ready? Yep. Thank you for everything, ma'am. I can't thank you enough for your hospitality. Of course, you're welcome to stay anytime. Thank you so much for helping me in the garden. You have a gift. I never thought it'd be possible. You're very welcome. My mom always said that I had a green thumb, which didn't make sense to me for a bit because my thumbs look pretty normal. Kathy smirks at Fred. What are they talking about? My mom has told me nothing in life is free, so I left you some money as a thank you. Huh? But Fred, I know you wouldn't accept it, but you can't give it back now. Goodbye, ma'am. See you later. Hold it. Thony and Fred book it out of the front door before she can protest, leaving Kathy $30 richer. Yeah, he's like that. No, I won't give him the money. He'd kill me. Sheesh, I wouldn't be so loving if I was expecting to be paid. I really enjoy having you boys here. Last night was great. Thank you so much for everything. You're welcome, Chad. Also, don't feel too pressured to move out. I know things are rough, and I know you don't want to take advantage of our hospitality. But I'd like for you to stay with us if you'd like. You make this house feel complete. I really appreciate that. Thanks. Now come here, big boy. Kathy wraps her arms around you and gives you a firm but pleasant hug. You wrap your arms around her in return. You feel a pressure build up behind your eyes, almost as if you're about to cry a little. It's only been a few days, but it feels like you've been staying with them for months. You can't help but feel like Kathy and Thony are really something special to you, more than just friends or acquaintances. You wish you could repay them 1,000 times over, but you don't even know how to begin to return the favor. Kathy pulls away from the hug, a warm smile on her face. Have a wonderful day, Chad. Don't keep the boys waiting, okay? You too, Kathy. I'll see you later. Kathy gives you a soft pat on the shoulder before you turn around and walk towards the door. You step out of the house and smile, feeling a cool breeze pass you by. Mr. Chad, hurry up! We're going to be late! You look at Fred and Thony, who seem to be waiting for you on the sidewalk. Alright, let's go. Vámonos! Wait, where exactly are you going, Fred? To work? Didn't Jenny say that we could be late today, though? Oh shit, you are right. Language! Fred seems to freeze as his face is one of horror, realizing he can't curse in front of Thony. Sheesh. I meant sheesh. Thony squints at Fred, his smile one of suspicion. Well, since that's the case, I don't really know what I'm gonna do then. I guess I'll just follow you around until it's time for work? So you're coming with us? Yay! Let's go then! Thony pulls Fred as he starts to walk on his way to school. But Hurry up, Mr. Chad. The last one there is a rotten egg. Ease. You follow close behind them until you can finally walk side by side. The three of you walk down the hill through the seawalk, past the pier, and eventually the plaza as you approach the park's entrance. As you arrive, you see it's bustling with life, like it usually is in the morning. This way, Mr. Fred. We usually cut through the park when we're going to school. That's probably why we see you here all the time. Why do you come to the park, by the way? No reason besides I like your mom's coffee, so I try to grab a cup whenever I can. Oh, I see. Ah, so many deductions were correct. Oh yeah? It seems like it's because he told you why. Huh? As if. I'm a master detective now. I was only asking for confirmation. Uh-huh. You ruffle the kitten's head as you guys continue to walk. He scrunches his face in dismay. A flash of blue catches your eye, causing you and Thony to freeze in place. You look at the bridge and see a very familiar silhouette in the distance. Mr. Chad, it's that creepy tiger again. What should we do? Creepy? He's not creepy. Nuh-uh, he's ultra creepy. He knew who Mr. Chad was, even though we've never seen him before. Oh. He did? Yeah. Do you know anything about this guy? We're clueless. Oh, I know a bunch about him. You do? Yeah. Why do you guys ask? Because now you can help us pass by unnoticed. Stack up, man. The three of you huddle up like a football team, talking about which plays to make. Alright, here's the plan. Thony crouches down and manages to find the perfectly sized stick to draw on the dirt with. Step 1. Fred will talk to him and distract him while we're hiding in the bushes. And once we're close to the weirdo... Bruce. What? His name is Bruce. And he's a genuinely good guy. Oh, alright. Once you're close to Bruce, you'll lift up his poncho and cover his view. Then Mr. Chad and I will ninja run past him. It's a perfect plan, right? I'm not doing that. I don't know what you guys have against him, but he's been nothing but kind to me. That'd be incredibly mean to do to him. Alright. Well, since Fred is acting like a chicken, I guess we'll have to make another plan. Sheesh. Hey! The plan is perfect, but we must rearrange some variables. The small kitten scratches his chin for a few seconds before his eyes light up. Chad, you're our ace in the hole. You put the poncho on top of him while Fred and I ninja run past him. I thought the plan was for you and me to go unnoticed. Oh shoot, you are right. I'll go then. If I go and... No, that won't do. I'm the mastermind. I can't risk myself getting caught. Plus, you're way too short. Yeah, the only way you'd be able to jump that high is if you had a cup on the top of his head. I know. We'll just swim across. We'd get wet and you have school. That's the thing. If we concentrate on our chakras, we can do it. Not that I have tried it before. You look at Thony with blank expressions. You're starting to get cold feet about his plan, and you haven't even stepped foot in the water yet. You could just fly over? I'm pretty sure we can't fly. We can't, but that Mr. Seagull over there can. I doubt he can get us both to the other way. How about we climb under the bridge? Not only is that incredibly difficult, it's also dangerous. There's no way I'm letting you do that. Not to mention Kathy would crucify me. Oh yee, safety. You're right. What if we just cross through the bridge? That'd be impossible. We can't cross while Mr. Fred is talking to him. That'd be incredibly rude. Wait, Mr. Fred? The two of you look next to each other and notice Mr. Fred is not only gone, but already chatting with this Bruce guy. The absolute legend! Mr. Fred is doing the first plan right now. Hurry up, Mr. Chad. This is our chance. Whoa. Thony pushes you towards the bridge's entrance. The two of you squat behind a small bush. It's barely big enough for Thony, so you feel rather exposed. Quick, Mr. Chad. Don't get caught. Thony, why don't we just go past him like we did yesterday? Mr. Chad, shh! We'll get caught! You'd have a better chance hiding in a cardboard box than you do in this dainty-ass bush. You peer over and look at Fred and Bruce. They seem to be talking about something serious. The two of you watch on, waiting for Fred's signal. As Fred continues to speak, Bruce seems to look directly at you, and Thony. Thony quickly hides behind the bush. You don't even bother. There's no way in hell this is going to hide you. Fred turns his head towards the two of you with a confused look. Fred slumps his shoulders and sighs. The hooded man looks at Fred before the German Shepherd suddenly pulls the man's poncho over his head. I can't believe he's done that. Oh my god. Thony is still hiding in the bush. Quickly, Thony, our time is now. He gave us a signal. What? Did he really? That's so mean. No time for regrets now. Let's go. The two of you jump up from behind the bush and bolt up the bridge, passing by Fred and Bruce. Neither are impressed by your stealth efforts. You both keep running, even after crossing the bridge, making it up to the top of the hill. We did it, Mr. Chad. I really need to stop running so much. The two of you sit down on the grass, trying to regain your breath. It takes a minute for Fred to show up, calmly walking up the hill with mild amusement. Mr. Fred, I can't believe you did that. I was totally joking about it. Oh, you were? Then why didn't you tell me? I had no idea you'd actually do it. But you did. You really did. The absolute madman. I was just playing my role. Fred smiles confidently as he wipes the dust off his shoulders. Bravery points for you. Thanks. That being said, you know you guys could have just walked around the lake, right? Oh. You and Thony look at each other and shrug. The two of you start laughing despite feeling Fred's silent judgment being cast down on you. What were you talking about with Bruce, though? Yeah, I'm curious too. We were just, I was just explaining to him my part of the plan. Huh? Mr. Fred, you weren't supposed to do that, though. So what? It worked, didn't it? Thony looks at Fred with peeved confusion. I guess. You know what? Yes, it worked. You're right. Thony looks away with a scrunched up mouth and furrowed eyebrows. Anyways, let's get going, guys. We're gonna be late. You're right. Let's go. The three of you walk towards the park's exit and then onto the main street. You all walk briskly towards the school's entrance, realizing the clock is not on your side. As you approach the main gate, you notice Mr. Lorenzo is by the door, ready to close it. Wait! Thony practically flies to the door and ducks under the elderly lion's arm. Huh? Mr. Lorenzo looks around him, seemingly unaware that Thony wasn't inside already. Thony looks at you and Fred from inside and waves at you guys. Alright, Mr. Chad and Mr. Fred, see you laters! Have a good day, Thony. Laters, buddy. Have a good day, gentlemen. You and Fred wave your hands as Mr. Lorenzo closes the door. Alright, what now? Well, we have a few hours to kill, so why not go to the park's lookout? Sure. Fred makes his way to the park's northern entrance, with you following. The two of you walk until reaching the lookout. It's empty. Seemingly everyone has gone to work by now, or are beginning their classes. You walk to the bench and plop yourself down on one, feeling tired despite the day just starting. Fred sits close to you, smiling all the while. You both just breathe and enjoy the view. The crystal clear sky and cool breeze fills you with peace. So, May I ask what you've been up to all these years? I have to admit, I never expected to see you again. I had imagined you moved 1,000 miles away from here. You relax and let your shoulders hang loose, the man looking at you with a somewhat odd expression. Why would I move? I've only left the city for a few days max, and that was only for vacation. Other than that, I've been living life one day at a time. Really? But we used to talk about moving away the second we could. Oh yeah, didn't we talk about getting a place up north or something? That being said, the second your situation occurred though, any desire to leave vanished completely. I spent most of my days looking around for clues, asking people around town if they'd seen you and just trying to figure out what happened. No one ever found your body, so... I didn't want to leave this place without you. I always knew deep down I'd see you again, even if it took one miracle or a million. I knew I was going to see your smile again. And hey, I was right. You look into Fred's eyes. He's smiling while holding back as many tears as he can. Fred puts up his hands on his face, trying to cover it from you. Sorry, man. It's just... Don't be sorry, Fred. I'm the one that should be sorry for putting you through all of that. No. You're not allowed to be sorry. I'm the one who kept hoping, you know? I was the one who dreamed of seeing you again. I'm still scared of you disappearing again like you did that day. Last night, when I was sleeping with you, it felt like I lost you all over again. 1 second you were there, then the next you were gone. But I have to keep reminding myself that you're here. So, in my mind, it was all worth it to me. I'm sorry that you had to deal with so much, even despite you saying it's okay now. I hope the pain you felt will go away. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry, Chad. All the pain goes away with time, and the right people nearby. Fred uncovers his face and wipes his eyes with the back of his hands, smiling once again. Agreed. You pat the man's back. You're not sure if it's any consolation for Fred, but you hope it's something at least. So, besides that, can I ask what else you've been up to? Oh shit, sorry. Well, I've mostly been taking care of my mom, going from job to job, exercising, swimming. I currently have a weekend lifeguard job, and that's about it. Really? I mean, yeah. It's been 10 years, but at the same time, I spent almost half of that time trying to come to grips with reality. I want to say that I was trying to live, but in reality, I was barely surviving for a while. That being said, there have been a few high points. I met a few interesting people, hung out with old friends, and I spent a lot of time with Jenny before she went abroad. But besides that, it's been a very long decade. Well, it kinda sounds nice if that counts. Trust me, it's been more boring than anything. No, trust me, it sounds a lot better than these past few days. Actually, better than the past few months before I met Kathy and Thony. Fair, but do you really not remember anything in between? What's the memory gap like for you? Sadly, I don't really remember anything. 1 second I was a teenager falling off a cliff. The next thing I knew, I woke up a full-ass adult stranded in the middle of a forest. That night was 3 months ago, and since then... Hold on. 3 months ago? Yeah, that's also why I'm still super mad and angry and I acted all bitchy towards you. All these feelings are still fresh because... For you, what happened might have been 10 years ago. But for me, it only happened 3 months ago, so everything is... or was, still vividly running through my mind. I see, but... Can you describe what that night was like, 3 months ago? Fred looks at you with a quizzical look, almost as if he's about to crack a case. Yeah, but why? Something weird happened around that time, and I just want to see if it'll even make sense. Well, alright. So I woke up in the middle of the woods. I remember a bright flash, and then it felt like I had just landed on the grass. That's what startled me awake. It was raining pretty heavily too. When I opened my eyes, the night sky was almost glowing. I was naked and then I started walking, and that's when we had that massive lightning strike. Lightning strike? Yeah. There was this massive electrical storm going on. The power kept flickering on and off, and then the winds were howling like crazy. My mom and I were mortified, but nothing happened until... BAM! Lightning struck so hard it caused the ground to shake. Car alarms were going off, and some people even said that some of their windows cracked. Thankfully, the strike seemed to be in the middle of the woods, so no one got hurt, but damn, it was the talk of the town for a good week. You wouldn't happen to remember the date, right? Short answer, no. Long answer, I feel like I'm forgetting so many things. Even when I'm talking to people, I feel like some things just blank out of my memory in an instant. I don't even remember how I got into town, for example. Alright. Well, a part of me is curious to know if these two events are connected somehow. I mean, maybe. I don't care though. Huh? What do you mean you don't care? What don't you care about? My memories and stuff. So, you just don't care about your memories? I don't know. Well, don't worry. I'm on the case. What? Why? Well, because I need to know where you've been all this time. Although these two events seem connected, who's to say that they even are, you know? No, just don't bother. Why? It doesn't matter to me. I have a million other things on my plate to worry about. I just want to focus on my future and get some stability. You want to see a miracle? Me getting my shit together would be a miracle. First things first is finding a place to live. I really can't take advantage of Kathy any longer. You know how sweet she is. If it were up to her, she'd probably let me stay there until Thony's in college, rent-free. I can't just take and not pay her back. Very true. You are very considerate, eh? I mean, considerate or not, no one should take advantage of people like Kathy or Thony. They've restored my faith in mankind. Well, going back to stability, if you need anything, please let me know, okay? I've got your back. Please remember that. I will. Thanks. Fred shines his usual goofy smile at you, seemingly grateful that you're letting him get so close to you again. You can't help but blush a little. So, do you know what happened to my family? Well, I may have pricked your dad in the face. May have? Yeah, just maybe. Well, on the off chance that you punch my dad. Thanks, maybe. But any idea where they went? All I know is that after you went missing, your parents separated or got divorced. Something along those lines. And as we both know, they're no longer living at the old place. Admittedly, I had no idea the place was abandoned like that. Every now and then, I see your dad around town. It's easy to spot him because it looks like he's gauging every time he sees you. As for your mom, well, I saw her a few times at your grave. But that's it. Your heart sinks to a new depth that it never had before. My grave? Yeah, we never found your body, but we made a memorial grave anyway. We all needed something to grieve at. I never stopped visiting. Holy shit, that's a lot to take in. I'm sorry, if you want, I can take you there. It's on top of the hill. You mean, on our hill? Yeah, that's the one. Sometimes I'd bring sandwiches and Before Fred can say another word, you see him starting to tear up again. You reach your arm over and pull him close. Fred, you don't have to say another word. I don't want you to cry. Sorry, it's just that I have a lot of memories and so many things I've been wanting to tell you. I know you do, Fred. We'll have time, okay? Yeah, We can always go there when things are calmer, you know? I was about to say I sometimes bring sandwiches and eat there like we used to. Is it still as beautiful as it used to be? No, but it will be once we're both up there. Right. You look away from the smirking dweeb. His soft smile and sultry words make you blush. Well, thank you again. For what? Everything. It still surprises me that you still cared all this time, despite it being a decade. You still wanted to see me again. I can't even imagine the pain you must have felt. Did you ever get over it? I really try to. And I'd be lying if I said it wasn't still eating me up inside sometimes. But in the end, I'd say... Fred looks at the ground before smiling. Worth. You elbow him lightly as you both chuckle, the mid-morning sun shining on both of you. Well, I want you to know that I'm still a little mad at you. I know. But maybe a little less mad considering you punched that asswipe for me. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Fred looks down with a smirk. Although he's smiling, you can tell something is bothering him. You look at the gash you gave him when you fought at the park. I'm sorry, I may have punched too hard. Fred looks at you. Maybe. You punched like a little girl. Is that so? You reach over and lightly feel Fred's cut. Ouch, no touchy. Oh shit, sorry. You retract your arm in response to Fred's reaction. Little girls can be powerful, you know. Remember when... Shush, don't even mention it. You can't help but find his embarrassment cute, especially when he's so proud and cocky. Anyways, yeah. You let out a soft sigh. Yeah. Would you want to see my mom today? I'd love to, but maybe another day. I kind of just want to relax today. Do you guys still live in the same house, by the way? Yep, home sweet home. Besides a few cosmetic changes, the house is basically the same. Nice. I'm pretty happy to hear that. I'll go tell my mom you don't want to see her, though. Huh? Don't you dare! I love your mom way too much! You softly punch Fred's shoulder. I know you do, buddy. I'll tell her that you'll visit her soon, okay? Thanks. Speaking of visiting, any idea where I could find my father? Like I said earlier, I see him around town, but I don't know where he is specifically. Oh, okay. Maybe we can check the bars? He used to be a regular at one of the bars I go to. That's a start, but he's definitely at the bottom of the list. There's other important things to take care of. That's fair. Yeah. By the way, what's taking Jenny so long? You can hear a rhythmic tone coming from Fred's pants. Fred takes out his phone and looks at the screen with a smirk. Speak of the devil. Fred answers the call and puts it on speaker. Hey Jenny, what's up? Fred, help me! What happened? Come to the place where I met Chad, hurry! Jenny hangs up the phone without a second's delay. The two of you get up from the bench, mildly panicking. Wait, what happened? I have no clue, but it sounded urgent. Let's get going. Alright, I met her at the school, so it's pretty close. Alright. The two of you speed walk out of the park and onto the main street. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Yes, we know we have to find out what's going to happen to Jenny, but we're going to find that out in the next episode. So yeah, you guys can wait. But anyways, things seem to be going really well for Chad. He's reconciled with Fred again. He's he's basically like I guess welcomed and definitely in the Kathy and Thony household. he's pretty much like Thony's like bigger brother, I guess. And it's plain to see that they all love him. And yeah, hmm, it's nice, isn't it? It's nice that Chad and Fred, keep um talking about what happened because you get backstory, but also it's making it easier for the two to get closer, I guess you could say. I can't get over the fact that it's Fred with his like nipples out. But anyways, what do you guys think? Is it all very nice and warm and fuzzy? Maybe it's too warm and fuzzy. Maybe there's still something else going on that we don't know about. Because the dad still hasn't shown up. But what could be happening with Jenny? I mean, she seemed like she was, in need of help. And she called Fred and not Chad. But anyways, write down in the comments what you think is going to happen. Or if you think it's all nice and well for Chad, finally. Things are coming up Chad. But anyways, thank you all for watching slash listening. If you would like to play Home Zomewhere Else yourself, you can find it over on itch. And there will be a direct link in the Twitter page that I will post down in the description. If you would like to support the project, there is a Patreon, and I will link to that also. There's also a Discord if you want to, chat with other people who are actively, reading the visual novel and stuff too. So you can head on over to that too. And I guess that's it for now, and I will see you guys in the next episode.